What is up, everyone? I just knocked over some models. Welcome to another edition of AoS Trash Pandas. I'm your host, Robino, and with me, as usual, is my co-host, Carcino.
Wow.
You could tell it wasn't rehearsed.
So
We're both just like, what? What are we going with now? Welcome. How was your week going? God dang it.
Going pretty well.
Good.
Technically, it's been like 2 weeks since we did the actual podcast, but we
It
played
has.
our battle report last week, which was fun.
That was really cool.
See what Hellsmiths did.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I didn't realize that you were also similarly in the dark. So
So Will was just telling me stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
He could have been lying. None of us knew, but I don't think so. You know?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think he would have like blown me out if he would decide to lie.
Well, I mean, maybe he did. We still didn't. We never checked up on it. Like he gave me his battle tome to read the lore on, but I didn't bother to check anything he said in the video. But it was really interesting. It was cool to see. You got the ogres back out, and yeah, it was a great one. Check it out if you guys are interested. Lots of hilarity ensued as usual, and there was some comments that I didn't notice until like right now, basically right before the stream started. But people were talking about the army or the army of renown that's in there and a few different things like that. So yeah, check it out. Welcome everyone. Blur, blur, blur. The smaller the image is, the clearer it gets. That's true though, by the way. I was actually so we'll get there in a second. But he's talking about the thumbnail. First, let's get through the rumor engine. I'm going to read out some of these comments, these delicious, wonderful comments in just a moment. I mean, this is ogres, right? Like
Chains?
Yeah, right? Like, oh, maybe not.
Seems fairly ogre-y. Like I saw some people saying that it looked kind of, I don't know, this seems very generic Age of Sigmar chain to me.
It does.
I've seen this on the Nexus Chaotica. I've seen it on...
But the chains on the Chaos are usually have spikes on them, right? Like even for... Actually,
that's true.
Second. I have been working with a lot of corn chains lately, so maybe it's corn chains only. But yeah, I mean, like it does seem AoS though, for sure. Low tech, and I don't know. Maybe I just have ogres on the brain, but like I want to call ogres here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to accept that.
Exactly. Our roles have been totally reversed from when like we were looking at like I was going like this. I think it's, you know what I mean. You're going like I think it's scheme, and I'm like yes, I'm happy to agree with you. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some people saying that this could be like the chains on the front of like a Mournfang kind of thing, because I think they're redoing Mournfang.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But that's the thing about ogres is that they just kind of steal a bunch of stuff from people.
Right. That's true.
So it could be anything, right?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I like the idea though that it's like, you know, these are like handcuff meat hooks where they just like stick meat in like handcuffs and it just hangs down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could
be
the
best way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, why not have like a hook that clamps, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why we haven't had this a long time ago in real life, other than the obvious hygiene issues that would go along with having mechanical moving bits clamping into raw meat. But, you know, like, I still think it's the right way to go. You could even just dangle the meat handcuffs down into the fire. You know what I mean? And that way, all the juices get cooked inside of it.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah,
meat cuffs, as Ogor on Spruce says in the chat.
Meat cuffs. I think that's better.
Yeah,
that's like, you know, taking my idea and just kind of, you know,
refining it.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah, Rob is the Tesla to Ogor on Spruce Edison. You thief.
I got to make my hair stand up more. Yeah, I mean, so lots. I mean, I guess let's just go to what we all want to talk about. Okay. Actually, first I'm going to read out Ogor on Sprue. By the way, if you are someone that we know, let us know who you are. But Ogor on Sprue says at the very top, says, I've never been so excited by Blur. Well, maybe once or twice. Like, then he walked it back. That's why you're not going to be the Mortark of hype. I wouldn't have walked that back at all. I would have been like, I have just never been more excited by Blur. But
you used to live in Japan.
Yep. I don't.
It's a Japanese porn joke, but yeah, it's
a Japanese corn joke?
Porn.
Oh, porn.
The Blur gets pretty exciting. Like,
true story. My 20th birthday, my buddy that I worked with and his wife took me out to a yakiniku restaurant, right? And for my birthday, they gave me the thickest porn mag I've ever encountered. And it was like huge and like thick and like glossy and everything, right? And they gave it to me inside the restaurant. Like, I opened it up in the restaurant, and me being more prudish than, because like over there people will like go into the convenience store and they will read the porn mags like standing shoulder to shoulder with other guys in the convenience store, right? And my buddy actually worked in one, and he would tell them, like, he would say, like, you can't, it's called tachiyomi, like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he'd be like, you can't do tachiyomi in the store. And then every now and again they'd be like, why? Like everyone, because it's so common, right? Like you always see that. And then he'd be like, in case there's a robbery, it's dangerous. It just pissed him off that people were doing that. He was just making up a BS excuse. He just got annoyed that these guys are standing there like all along the magazine and like manga racks and just like reading it. Like, oh man, yeah. I was with him though. Anyway, this has gotten crazy off topic. I did like your joke. But Kenrick said, so, okay, here is the image. He said that the smaller the image, the clearer it gets. When you sent this to me on my phone, I clicked on it and it became basically the same size as the screen on my phone. And I was like, how does anyone tell that this is even like man-shaped? You know what I mean? But on here, like, I get it. Like, in fact, like, I'm looking at it on the other screen and it's even smaller and it looks even better somehow. That's the weirdest thing. But,
yep.
So the rumor is that this is a new ogre of some kind.
Yes. And we can kind of see, like, it's actually kind of amazing how much clearer it is when you just zoom out.
Yeah.
I guess your mind puts things together a lot better, but you kind of see some shirtless figure with long hair of some sort
and some kind of
strap. Chandelier.
Yeah.
And then what looks to be like maybe a cannon at their hip.
It could be. It could be. I thought originally I thought it was like a giant snail shell.
Yeah.
Like a tentacle wrapped around a snail shell. That's what it looked like to me.
By the way, some like circular or spherical thing.
Yeah. I think a cannon is a great call. Though.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same pose that we see the lead belchers have right now.
Yep.
If we look at the current ogre. And it is rumored that the lead belchers are going to be replaced, actually. But this actually goes a little bit deeper because there was another text rumor that was like released by Boole, I think, on the TGA forums.
Okay.
That it was like a lore dump of like what the new ogres are going to be, essentially. And I think it relates to what this is.
Okay.
So
before we get to that, I just want to point out two more things. Okay. One, he's wearing shorts. And I don't think there's any other army that wears shorts. Is there another army that wears shorts?
Ogres usually have like the kind of puff pants with like
metal. That's true. Isn't he wearing shorts though? Like capris or something?
I don't know. And I also don't know that this is a he. And that might become clear.
You're right.
That might become clear in the what's it called? The little lore dump.
That's true. Like the hair and like the tassels or whatever we're looking at on the right. Oh, okay. I haven't read this, by the way. I'm super excited. So should you read it out or should I?
Why don't you read it out? Because you'll be doing it for the first time.
Okay. So this was upvoted by I just said his name to you right before we started.
White Fang.
I was like, White Wind? I was like, no, that's someone that none of you know. Anyway, so this was upvoted by White Fang. White Fang, I actually thought he had a perfect history. He doesn't quite have a perfect history, but extremely reliable. So take all this with a huge grain of salt, etc., etc., okay? More ogre rumors, period. Good evening. The storyteller has returned. As the hour of ruin dawned, the ogres were ruthlessly slaughtered by the Skaven. I'm liking it so far. Suffering repeated and grievous defeats, how could such frail, meager beings overcome the ogre's hulking might? The shaman fell into brooding silence. Why did the gulping god permit this carnage to befall his children? Thus began the shaman's pilgrimage. He ventured deep into Shyish, passing into the ogre's underworld. There he beheld a cyclopean abyss, a burial place for the ogre's most ancient secrets, a truth hauled from the etheric void, an all-devouring eternal presence from that starless expanse, something unnameable. Gorka Morka is but a lie. Madness seized the shaman. Returning to his homeland, he came upon the daughter of Glob Glittermaw, a female tyrant astride a huge monster. This formidable tyrant had defeated and devoured Glob Glittermaw herself. The now deranged shaman proclaimed her the new over-tyrant, the chosen of the true gulping god. Through mutual alliance with the new over-tyrant, the shaman has secured a sacred monopoly over the faith and canonical authority of the gulping god, and has promulgated the sacred tenets of the true gulping god. I'm not familiar with that word. Gunpowder, cowardice. The Leadbelchers too fearful to close in and feast upon their foes. Soon, masses of Leadbelchers were driven from the Big Maw tribe. Hirelings, folly. The man-eaters led by their stomachs, fools all. Then the man-eaters too were cast out from the Big Maw tribe. Yet unlike the Leadbelchers, a grizzled and formidable veteran rose as their leader. A legendary man-eater who had fought under Talia, her entire right half rebuilt into a colossal artillery piece. Oh shit. So this came out at the same time as that picture?
No, this came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, crazy.
On its own.
On its own.
Talk about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Seeing this picture kind of reminded me of that because
yeah.
if you look at it,
yeah.
I mean, your mind starts to put things together as soon as you read something like that.
Yeah.
This kind of looks like someone who is half artillery. Right. Or like has artillery built into them of some kind.
It totally does. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. So this whole thing was about her, basically? This is like her backstory? Or are there two female ogres that I'm misunderstanding?
I don't exactly know. It says something about a shaman. I don't know who
well, the shaman seems like or someone, right? But there's the
daughter of Glob Glittermaw.
Yeah.
The tyrant.
And so, is that the same person as the person who's the half canon female?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's what I thought too, but I wasn't.
We'll have to go back on like the list of stuff that we saw was like supposedly going to be in the new ogre thing, but from what I remember, there was both a female over tyrant, which is the daughter of Glob Glittermaw.
I see,
and a female man eater.
Okay, sick, neat.
Yeah.
Wow. The Blurger King or Queen in this case. Oh man. Devin says, ew, ogres, we want Umbraneth. Care to comment on that, Carson?
No. I don't care to comment on
Doesn't deserve one. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Yo, Scotty, Ogre, Kenrick, all you guys, Sloth Bear. Yeah, Devin, even Devin. I don't know. The time of the ogre may be upon us.
Yeah. I had one person tell me that this seems kind of like end of the edition-esque lore beats. which I hope isn't the case, just because that means that this is probably going to be happening like late next year.
That'd be crazy far out.
Yeah.
That'd
for
be
a leak?
crazy far out. Yeah, I don't think so. And that's also kind of like what does that even mean? You know what I mean? Like I'm not shitting on the person. Like I kind of get what they mean, but like, you know, did we even have like a end of an edition series of books and stuff like that last time?
Dawnbringers. Yeah.
Oh, right. Man, Dawnbringers, was it me or was Dawnbringers like so much lamer than Forgotten Realms?
Forbidden Power?
Forbidden Power. Wait, is Forbidden Power, is that what we got right before third?
Malign Portents? I don't know.
Malign Portents, like, that's the kind of thing, though. Malign Portents was, like, the book series leading up to, you know, second edition, and then whatever it was called, Forgotten Power or whatever, was leading into third, and then Dawnbringers. What's crazy, though, is I forgot about Dawnbringers. I actually thought Dawnbringers was, like, a pretty big letdown, personally. Compared to, like, the last one and Malign Portents, like, the story was way better for those two, you know.
Broken Realms.
Broken Realms, thank you, yeah. I always forget what it was called, but it was good. It was huge. Like, they killed Nagash. Like, he doesn't, like, you know, he's never going to permanently die. They killed Archon. Again, you know, he's a death guy or whatever. But there's like, these huge matchups. You know, Croak goes up against, is it Kragnos? I can't remember. But, like, it was big and it was fun. That's when they brought back Be'lakor, you know, the new Croak. Kragnos came out. New Teclis? I don't know. Teclis was one of them, though. Was one of the books. They did like a huge crazy change for Morathi where she became like a true god. Like there's so many cool things in that one. And Dawnbringer's like, I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think? This is exciting. So what I said to Carson earlier was, what if, and like, again, guys, I don't know anything. So there isn't even salt to take this with. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just torturing you all with the idea, like people said similar stuff to me, okay? So what if there's usually like a big announcement on Boxing Day? What if it's ogres? What if they're like, refresh, bitches, you know?
What is, first of all, something I learned recently, Boxing Day is a Canadian
That's true.
day.
And they have it in the UK too, but our American friends might not know. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Boxing Day is like, I don't know if it's
December 26th.
It is December 26th. Is it a stat here?
No, it's not a stat.
It's not, right? I didn't think so. So, but it is a holiday. We do celebrate it and whatnot. Our big, a lot of people don't know this, but like our big sales of the year, like now they've kind of gone to Black Friday, but our Thanksgiving's in October. So our big like sale day used to be on Boxing Day. It was the day after Christmas. But yeah, our ogre, I mean, they're like this. I mean, it feels too right, you know. Also, like ogres like are the one most suffering faction with lack of named characters. So like them adding quite a few makes a lot of sense.
Giving them actual lore and like story beats makes a lot of sense for sure.
Exactly. And like AoSifying them, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this feels quite real. Like they got to do something original if they're gonna, you know, and like the old world's doing really well. I think they're gonna probably gear up at some point to add all the like legends, or not legends, but like lost factions for fantasy. Like it's, you know, they've got Cathay Part 2 now. Like they haven't even done Kislev yet. They haven't done Pirate Coast or anything like that. They're literally going into Cathay Part 2. It must be doing pretty good, right? So they probably want to take Skaven, Lizardmen, Vampire Counts, ogres, maybe their Chaos Dwarves, put everything back into the old world, make even more money with the old sculpts, and then give us new ogres, right? Like it makes a lot of sense. So I don't know, like this, you know, Like, again, I don't know anything, but this feels good. It feels like this could be the time.
It feels like a proper lead up for sure. I mean, I think we all kind of saw it coming that Ogres is going to be like a big refresh, just because they have some of the oldest models in what's it called, in AoS right now, and like almost all of their foot heroes are fine cast. Like, it's really,
well, that's the thing, right? It's like we had the oldest models by far, like 30-year-old sculpts were Skaven. And that was the last like major holdout. They'd already done Lizardman, or Seraphon rather. They'd already done, you know what I mean? Like every other faction. The only thing we're left now with a bunch of stupid, ugly resin sculpts is ogres. Like, I don't think there's literally anything left. Like, you know, when they came out with the new goblin stuff, they got rid of just some of the old stuff. They didn't even replace it. They were just like, get rid of it, right? So, I mean, like, we know that they're going to get a resculpt of some kind because they didn't give them the axe, you know, when we went into the new edition. I don't know, guys. I feel like this is time, you know?
yeah. Slothbear is saying, isn't there more to this leak that mentions Beast Claw's reaction to the new shaman guy? I don't know. If you have a source for that, or like if you have that, you can paste it in the Discord and we can read it out here.
Yes, absolutely.
Then Tom B says, did they rumor if the Stonehorn and Thundertusk are being discontinued? I think the original, like, what is staying and what is going didn't include those. So I'm pretty sure that means that they're going to stay. Just because I think that that's also, those are probably like the healthiest sculpts look-wise, in my opinion. Like Stonehorn.
They look fantastic. The only reason I could see them like maybe getting pastured to the old world is if the new ogres look different, like the base sculpt looks different enough. But to I don't think that's going to be the case, because like, look at what they did with Seraphon. Like, the Carnosaur is from like, I want to say 7th edition, that sculpt, and like it holds up well enough where they're just like, no, we're keeping it, you know. There's no point in putting anything in the old world that doesn't need to be there, you know, if it just holds up super well. So
yeah. Ogre on Spruce says 7 out of 8 Finecast/resin listings left on GW's website are ogres. Yeah.
What's the only crazy thing that's not?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too, actually.
Like, because, like, by the way, that's not true on GW's website. I think you mean in AoS, right?
Sorry, they specified in AoS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Blood Bowl, like, all of the star players are resin. It's crazy. Like, yeah. I may or may not have been looking at it. Ludificus says spiders are likely not long for AoS. Oh. That's possible.
He says Festus, which is in the process of being replaced. So
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Which means all of them are going to be ogres.
Wow. Soon. And then I didn't even know that Festus was still around. I thought he was legended a long time ago.
Maybe it is legended but not available, because I don't recall Festus being a thing either.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Can you find him? I hope what's that? Oh, he's on there?
Yep.
He's in like a mobility scooter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's not legend either. He just.
That's crazy. That's crazy that they kept him around. Like. But like, that new sculpt is absolutely.
Oh, it is legends. It is legends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But he's coming back, so not for long. Wow. By the way, Ludivicus said spiders are likely not long for AoS. I hope that's not true. Like, they're what pulled me into. I came for the spiders and I stayed for the squigs and the trolls. Like, I really hope that they redo that line. Like, even if they just make it crazier and weirder, like the stuff they could do. Like, they could have like a terrain piece that's a giant spider egg sac, you know? And it could be dragged around, but like, there's so many cool things they could do. Ugh. I really hope they don't kick them out. I love them. But
they're pretty cool.
You know? Anyway. Yeah, so it's very exciting. Like I really hope it happens, and I hope it happens relatively soon. Umbraneth, like I'm hoping for Umbraneth, I'm hoping for Karnathi, but like I really want them to come for AoS 5. You know, like I feel like I'm good for now. Now, you know, we can.
Have they done like an order versus order?
No,
thing?
Because it's been order versus chaos, order versus death, order versus destruction, and then now it's order versus chaos again. So I'm thinking it's definitely going to be order versus death. It's just a question of whether Stormcast it's Stormcast again. It probably will be, you know. I don't think they're going to learn. Like, but if they just tried it once, just try it once, guys. Like that was what's so cool about old world fantasy. Like that, like every time it was something you never knew what it was going to be. It was probably going to be something, you know, on the good guys' side, relatively speaking, right? But oh man, just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Umbraneth versus Silent Ones. That box flies off the shelves. But anyway, sorry. I will stop for now. I hope that they stay to. I think there are too many signs that point the other way. The pattern holds true right up until it doesn't. Yeah, it's true. You're probably right. I haven't read them. You know what I mean? I've been a little detached from, you know, some of the rumors and stuff lately, but you know, like so they came out with a new Seraphon novel by Adrian Tchaikovsky called Starseer's Ruin. And I read he wrote a short story about a year ago, actually. It was leading up to Christmas. They did like a bunch of short stories. I don't know if you remember. And I read it and I bought it back then but I didn't like read it. You know what I mean? Even though like I finished it in like an hour or something like that. But it was really good. Like, and I don't say that lightly because like I've been reading a lot of non-GW fiction, and like when you read a bunch of like New York Times best-selling novels and then you read an AoS novel, it's freaking hard. You know what I mean? Like it's just not on the same level whatsoever. So, but it was the short story was quite good, and the novel is starting off strong. Even though I wish they'd start off because it's the first Seraphon or Lizardman novel ever. They've never done anything like this. And Tchaikovsky, like I've read his Children of Time. I read the first one in that series, and like I thought back then, I was like, this guy, if he wrote like a Seraphon novel, or I forget what else I said, a Tyranid novel, you know, would be perfect because he wrote the Gene Stealer Cult one. And I didn't read it, but I was just like, but I read Children of Time, and I was just like, oh man, like he's the perfect one to write this sort of insectile reptilian kind of novel. You know what I mean? Because the Children of Time is about these spiders that become hyper intelligent, and so he's writing it like they're still like kind of written like an animal though, you know. Anyway, it's really good so far. I was still disappointed they start off from the human perspective because I was like, this is the first one ever, but like the second chapter starts with the main character, and it's the same character, by the way, from the short story, Erixi or whatever it is, however you pronounce it, the Starseer. So yeah, it's really cool though. Would recommend the short story, and so far the novel seems good too. But yeah, but anyway. Is there anything more you want to talk about with the ogres, or do you want to like come back to it, or what do you think?
No, I think that's pretty much it for tonight regarding the ogre stuff. Like,
fair.
I hope we'll see more sometime soon, and I hope that you're right that it'll be a big Boxing Day reveal. Well, what was last year's Boxing Day thing?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Like honestly, they used to be bigger. They used to do like I remember one year they did Nurgle. It was like called the 7 Days of Nurgle or something like that, leading up to Christmas, and then they did like the full meal deal reveal on the 26th, and they did Gloomspite Gits. I think it was the year after that, and they just a bunch of times like they've done these amazing Boxing Day reveals. I think one year it was Genestealer Cult, but I could be wrong, and yeah, it's just like I don't even remember what it was last year. Maybe they didn't even do anything. Do you guys remember?
I'm furiously going back through the Warhammer community articles until I get back. December 26th. The only thing they had on actual Boxing Day was the Galen and Duralia Outnumbered paint guide.
Okay.
But they had a Sunday preview on December the 29th.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, December the 29th, which was the Auric War Clans book release.
Oh, okay.
So they are doing stuff. But I guess I had this.
But that's not like this huge reveal. You know what I mean?
No, not really.
Like the Nurgle one was so crazy hype. Like that was probably the most hype one, even though I'm not into Nurgle really. And now partially that's because, people across AoS and 40K were excited for like a new Guo and, and like all the demon bits that people got to use. But yeah, the Gloomspite Gets one was huge too. Scotty says, got 1,000 points of Cruel Boys. I'm building and almost out of super glue. Rookie mistake, Scotty. Should have used plastic glue too, I mean, to each their own though.
I once heard a really weird rant in a hobby shop one time where it was this older, Grognard's kind of guy.
Yeah.
That was just kids these days building their models with super glue. It's all temporary so they can put it in the freezer and pull off the arms and put different weapon options again. They won't lock into a certain model type. I'm just Jesus, dude. Why do you care?
Oh, that's completely unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, that's someone that needs more problems. They need more actual problems.
Exactly.
But no, I have always, I always used super glue because back in the day it was all, or not all, but a lot of metal models back in the day you had to use super glue, and I'm quite proficient at super glue. I got some new super glue, for resin and other stuff like that, basing materials and whatnot. But no, I haven't looked back on plastic glue once I switched, but I know a lot of people that actually just use super glue. The other Rob uses super glue. Pat uses super glue. So, in fact, I think it's more older people that use super glue, to be honest. I don't think, you know what I mean? And 40K is mostly where you're going to see people do that anyway, right? Because of loadouts, but even that's kind of gone now, really, with the new 40K.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have dual kits in AoS now.
You do, but man, it sure would be hard to take a pack of Kurnoth hunters and switch them from bows to scythes or something like that. I mean, I've actually seen some people who magnetize their Kurnoth hunters, but not me, not this guy. Just glue them together because I don't know. That seems like a huge pain in the ass.
Sure does. That also implies you're not painting your stuff ever.
Yeah.
At that point, just magnetize it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people magnetize their rattling guns so they could be whatever, but you had to kind of clip stuff or whatever, and for some armies it has to look perfect. Hey, that bottle of super glue built my entire KO army and Cruel Boys and a bunch of 40K. Well, then you should have stocked up ahead of time, Scotty. What were you thinking? I'm kind of turned off of plastic glue. I don't really like it, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, it's a personal choice. Especially after they are painted, I'd rather buy a new unit than snap the paintwork off. Yeah, I mean, like, it does work for some things, especially for 40k. Like, it's the easiest thing is to magnetize your models for like Space Marines and like tanks and robots and stuff like that. And I've even done it for my Tyranids. And like, I made it so that you couldn't. I actually made a guide on the channel how to magnetize like biological stuff and like recess stuff, hide it. I've got a bunch of tips and tricks and stuff like that on there. And sometimes it means you have to actually paint less, because if it's like one arm, then you paint the model, you paint both arms, and then you just go back and forth. But like for me, I don't know, I really care what my models look like. You know what I mean? And so not for everything, but like for my Skaven, I was just like, I'll just buy more weapons teams. It's fine. I'll just buy more. It's easy. Yeah. So
just spend more money.
I mean, if it's Skaven, it doesn't even feel like I'm spending it.
Your face is like on the GW boardroom presentation. Like, this guy is exactly who we're marketing to.
Yeah.
Why would we make it convenient? He's just going to buy more.
I'll just buy more. I'll just buy more. The answer is obvious and easy. Yeah.
Pull out the credit card.
Yep.
Email your local game store.
No, I mean, like, I was saving for the Skaven re-release a year before it got announced. I was like, just in case, I'm going to start putting money aside now. You know what I mean? 10% of every paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, just because I know it's coming. I knew it was coming. I was like, it's just a matter of time. I'll thank myself later. And that's what I did. I didn't do that with anything. Actually, no, I did that a little bit with Seraphon too. Once I, started reading the tea leaves, looking at the stars, figuring out what was going to happen. That wasn't that long. That was probably 6 months, I think, in advance before they were even announced, before we got that first box set. So anyway, yeah. So, I mean, be honest, Carson. Now it's you. This is you now. This is your future, okay? So start saving now, and then you can be like me. Just be like, I'll just buy more.
Yeah. I'm hoping that what happens is ogres get released sometime after a spring battle scroll, but before the world's rules cut off.
You piece of crap.
So I can weasel my way into playing ogres again at the last minute. That's exactly what happened last year. Is I was stealing people's armies, basically practicing a whole bunch of different things. They're like, well, let's put Carson on slaves. Oh, let's put Carson on Stormcast. Oh, OBR, that kind of thing. And then at the last minute, they made that Noblar battle profile change.
Right.
I was like, oh, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time for 36 Clintons again. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's exactly what's going to happen.
But counterpoint, what if what's good is all the new stuff?
That's fine. I'll just get Alex to paint it. He'll paint his own stuff and I'll borrow it. And then I can take my time painting mine.
Evil.
Because he's going to buy it and he's going to paint it. That's my plan.
See,
if you're out there, Alex, I'm using you.
But, okay, counterpoint to that, okay? You should, as a quote unquote true ogre fan, your true attitude should just be ASAP. Give it to me now. I want it yesterday.
I'll wait.
Wait?
Yeah.
What?
The best meat is slow cooked.
I feel like
I'm in it for the love of the game, Rob. I'm not here for no fast food hamburger. I want slow cooked brisket.
How many McDonald's cheeseburgers have you eaten on stream?
That's not meat. That's just you can't even call those animals anymore. What McDonald's does to those things, it's just they're just pressing a pig through a Play-Doh mold and square patties come up the other side. It's just
Are they square?
No, No, that's Wendy's. Sorry.
Yeah. What kind of crazy fever dreams are you having?
A lot.
Uh,
All the time.
Meat sweat induced.
Every single night. Just
The pigs are coming back for me.
Not if I eat them first.
Exactly. Gonna eat all of them. Howdy Canada born. Cursed timeline. I'll just consume very Maw tribes. Exactly. Very Skaven too. Respect the admission of Weasling. Respect. You're gonna stay on Zogrox. This is your penance.
Paul is just that sentence is awful. It is an amalgamation of the meat of several pigs, emulsified, liquefied, strained, and ultimately inexorably joined in an unholy meat obelisk.
Obelisk, gross. that Carson prays to every night.
Yeah.
like the opening of Space Odyssey 2001, where they're all the monkeys are worshiping the obelisk or whatever. You're just out there
flailing
going,
wildly.
Meat obelisk with like the femur of like a cow or something like that. You're just smashing it on the ground, going crazy. Your dog is like hopped up onto your shoulder, like Donut in Princess Donut in Dungeon Crawler Carl, and she's just screaming at the void. Someone needs to make AI art of that. Yeah, exactly. Wednesday. It's very specific. Yeah, you don't have time to do that on Tuesday because the podcast.
No, because we're doing the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
And usually you try not to do that on Thursdays because we keep Thursdays open in case we were able to do a game.
Battle report or...
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I want to see Carbson eat an entire low-cooked beef roast next time he does a battle report. Oh, slow-cooked. I mean, that sounds like an easy sale.
Yeah.
Just like King Henry, like a big thing of mutton or whatever.
just like self-cart. Just present one.
Yeah, exactly. You're not using my models that night, sir, unless you use one of those Korean handbag things to eat it, you know?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stream just becomes mukbang. Mukbang?
Mukbang, yeah.
Yeah, mukbang. Perfect.
Oh, man. Did I ever tell you about the I saw like a documentary about mukbang on YouTube. It was interesting. Like, cause even me, like, I was like, that's the dumbest thing ever. But then when they kind of explained it through the context, like, and she was kind of looking at it like that too, the woman who made the documentary. And she was kind of saying, but if you look at it through the context of that, like, there's this idea of like the, what's it called? The connection you build with other, in Korean, there's a word for the connection that you make when you eat with people. And so then, you know, you look at it through that context and you've got all these people who are students and single and they're living on their own and they're used to eating with people and feeling a connection. And that's kind of a void that gets filled socially and culturally through mukbang, you know?
See, I would get that
if
the video was someone just taking a single bowl of food and, you know, having a nice meal and talking with the camera or something like that.
Which is what I think most of them are, but go on.
But when it's like, I've got 17 packets of like Nongshim ramen.
Oh my God.
Times 4 spiciness. And I'm going to eat all of this on camera.
That's more like what they call, like in Japan, they call it food fighters. It's like eating competitions and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every mukbang thing I've seen is just someone eating like an obscene amount of food.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I haven't kept up with it, to be fair. But when she was doing the doc, there were two of the most popular people. One of them was like cooking stuff and then eating it. And then the other was just like this female mukbang person. And she just would eat, you know, and chat with people. But I definitely haven't kept up with it. Anyway, sorry, I guess we're a little off topic.
You think the bat rep room gets hot now? Wait till Carpson is ripping beef roast rippers in there. Damn it. Now I'm in.
That sounds like torture. I think I'll produce with like a gas mask on or something.
Yeah. Like that. No one wants to come on the channel and play anymore.
Exactly. Oh man. It's a good thing there's a window in the room, not too far off.
Yeah.
We'll have
that
like
tiny fan is working overtime.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to have like some kind of, like those tubes that go out of the back of portable air conditioners, just like rigged up to your butt. You know what I mean? With like a suction fan going out the window. But
yep.
It sounds like it's worth it to me, though.
I think so too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so too.
Easy choice. It makes sense that a decent live stream is multiple hours, maybe. I mean, even if we're not doing mukbang, like mukbang battle report, we could be the first of our kind. Although we kind of already were with the McDonald's hamburgers.
That's true, and people really like that. So
they did. It feels like the more we lean into our like stupid, goofy nature, the more people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh
if
man!
Says, I see a speck. What does that mean?
A speck? Is there something wrong with the stream?
SPEC, like specification. I think.
Oh.
I don't know. Elaborate.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
Or get off the sauce, beefy cutting. Yeah. He's still drunk from going to that CFL game, I think. So I guess there is technically more news, although none of us cares. Even I don't think it's as big as these Ogre rumors, but they did start to reveal some of the cool new mechanics of Darkwater. I think it's really cool. First of all, the wound counters are on the cards, which is just so smart and cool. I really like this. And then you've got your move is like random now, which is interesting unless you're certain characters. You've got a defense dice. It looks like they're mostly using D6s now. They got their own little like special things that they can do. But anyway, there is there's a thing where on Warhammer Community, if you guys are interested, you get 3 actions. It's kind of like Pathfinder for those of you that play it. You can move, attack, or aid, and you can do any of those like however many times you want, basically, with those 3 actions. So you can move twice, or you can like use 2 move actions to guarantee you get a 6 for your move. Really interesting, like cost of opportunity stuff. It seems simplified as well, like, what I mean? Like, at least more than Curse City, because Curse City was kind of an over-designed, a little bit of a mess. It was cool, but it was just a little over-designed. A lot of cool stuff, though, like the Mire Kelpies can, like, barf on you and take away your actions, and you can take a turn to clean it off. Anyway, it's really cool. I'm really, I'm very excited for this. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that it goes up for like the preview goes up this weekend, because they're talking about it and like they've already revealed it and they want it before Christmas, and so this is like one of the last times that people are going to get it in time for Christmas, so right, because like what it's if they reveal it on the 23rd, then it comes out it comes out on the 20th. So that's literally the last possible time where they could do that. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if you guys are, but the models look amazing and I like those kinds of adventures. We love Goofy, says Age of Canucks. Well, then you've come to the right place. On the leaked pick, not drunk, just left the NHL game. That sounds like a contradictory statement, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what I was going to say. Yeah. Ledivicus says, you must be having a hell of a vacation or something. Yeah, because he was posting pics of his CFL game that he went to on the Discord. If you want to be in the Discord, link in the description below. Totally free. Lots of good stuff in there. People are posting events and stuff on there. We're all posting models we're working on. It's a good time. Man, Andy's been on a tear lately. He's been posting his OBR and his Tomb King. I mean, he's always on a tear, but
Why is he not?
I know, but like even more so. Like he had like some stuff to do, like some licensing stuff he had to do for work, I think. And so he was cooling down a little bit, but my God, just a regular week. He just lives that good life, Ledivicus. Okay. Anyway, and then one of the last things before we go into possibly a radar chart is I just want to talk about. They're coming out with this really cool art for the Warriors of Chaos Norska guys. And like not just the art, but they're coming out with like these cool ass maps. And like these cool like faction sort of things with like the Norska tribes, which represent the different chaos gods. So like the Bloodied Hound rather is Khorne. The Carrion Crow is obviously Nurgle. The Slithering Serpent, oh man, I can't remember. I think that's Titsnitch, but the other one would be Slaanesh. I can't remember which one's which now, but I used to know because I would play them in Total War, but I haven't played them in ages. So
surely the bird one is Tzeentch, isn't it?
Oh, right. Well, I remember it surprised me when I saw it. Maybe. It definitely surprised me. The only thing that's kind of lame about them is that there's two birds in here. You know what I mean? Like the Fell Raptor and the Carrion Crow. It's like, you guys could have been a little bit more creative, but regardless, I think they're really cool. I mean, like, and they obviously want to stick with the the old lore from Norska, so I'm fine with that. But Tzeentch equals Burb. Traditionally, you're absolutely right. I don't remember. Like, if we can just look it up on, you know what I mean? Like, I forget.
Yeah, there's also faint colorings for these two, like red, that kind of.
Oh
like
yeah, the Slithering. Yeah, maybe that is Slaanesh then.
Yeah, because it's kind of purplish.
But I mean, Tzeentch is kind of purpley and blue as well, right?
But the Fell Raptor also has like what looks like sigils or runes on it or something like that.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I kind of hope you're right. I remember whatever it was surprised me back in the day, but they didn't call it the Carrion Crow in Total War 1. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that more now. I hope you guys are right. I'm not against that. I'm a big fan of the Titsnitch, It's good stuff. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. Just thought I'd draw people's attention to it. They're coming with decals, as it were, all that good stuff. And then, yeah. Anyway, should we move on to a radar chart?
Let's do it.
I really liked. You're the one that named them star charts, and I think that's way better. I like calling them star charts way more, but
yeah,
I guess.
I mean, that's what I remember them as from video games, but the actual like type of graph that this is a radar graph. Even if it's not, I don't know, even if it's not great to say.
Yeah.
What army do we want to do?
That's a good question. We could take suggestions from the chat.
Yep. So far we've done Ogres, Skaven, Stormcast, Slaves to Darkness, the Khorne AOR as a joke.
Yep.
Iron Jaws.
And we never changed it, by the way.
Yeah. Nighthaunt, Tzeentch, and we're looking for another one.
Right.
So we could do Daughters of Cain. That's been like,
and they've been tearing up they've been like tearing up the competitive scene for like a decent amount of time now, and they're fairly stable. and we don't think that there's, a thing on the horizon, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
We could do 2 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Scotty says Cruel Boys as well. Oh, Ooh. Gits too. We could do Gits. Gits is interesting because Gits is in a weird spot right now where we kind of have to ignore the Sunsteel Awilas.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's going to stay.
No.
Even though they explicitly changed it to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's either going to not stay or it's going to become prohibitively
and this isn't like a value judgment on that either, whether it should or shouldn't. I just don't think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just knowing GW.
So let's do Daughters of Cain.
Sure.
And then maybe Gits after?
Yep. Gits or Cruel Boys, either one. Cruel Boys is fairly stable right now.
Devin says, do Gits, yell at Wheelers. Yeah. The only problem is that neither of us understand Cruel Boys that well. I haven't actually played it recently.
That's true. So. That's true. I own the army, but have not. You know what? Tell you what, I will. Why don't we do Gits today? And then next time we'll do Cruel Boys, and I promise to take a look at my battle tome and see what's up with them and what I think. And I'll make some lists and that kind of thing. So Gobsprak is like one of my favorite things they've ever created. He's the only polyglot of the mortal realms, but like I don't know. I haven't been feeling them lately, so I haven't been playing them. So I've actually contemplated selling them as well. Even if I keep just Gobsprak or something, just to have the model because he's cool as shit. Yeah, but we'll see. Something I'm throwing around. Okay, so DuckTales. Yeah.
Just as a reminder, we have 7 different metrics that we're kind of doing. We have killiness, which is how likely it is that you throw a Daughters of Cain unit at a standard other unit, how likely it is to kill it. Tankiness, same thing. If a hammer goes into a Daughters of Cain unit, how likely is it to die? How thematic the army feels on the tabletop,
right?
How easy it is to play. What your tool set is. So a 0 would be essentially you literally just have stats and that's it. And then 5 would be maybe you've got teleports and buffs and debuffs and
and we don't go down to 0, do we?
No, we don't. Sorry, 1 would be
okay.
Yeah,
just making sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mobility, pretty self-explanatory. How fast are you? Do you have teleports? That sort of stuff. And then power projection is how easily can you ruin someone's day without actually getting near them. So I think for killiness, Daughters of Cain is one of those armies that if the slot machine goes off, will deal the most damage out of any army in the game.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
However, if it doesn't go off, the army is still pretty killy.
Yep.
If you have a block of 20 witch elves with paired Scionsa, and they go in and they double activate into something,
yep,
still going to deal a boatload of damage, right?
Right.
That's still 61 attacks or 81 attacks if they're near one of the cauldrons.
Oh my God.
Crit auto wound. Or is it 81 attack? I think it might be. Did they get rend or an attack? I think they get rend on the charge, not an attack. But either way, boatloads of attacks. You can multiple fight. The later in the game it is, you have access to +1 to hit and wound, et cetera, et cetera. And then obviously, this is more tool set related. But if you can get Mind Razor off, and if you can get Krithus's anti-ward or no commands in combat with it or something, they're just going to shred whatever they touch.
Yeah.
So I would say their killiness is a 4, probably, because you kind of have to split the difference. If you never get Mind Razor off, they're still pretty killy. But if you do get it off, they are
But if they don't get it off, what would you rate their killiness? Still a 4?
Still pretty high.
Because if it's still a 3.5, and we're not doing 0.25, because if I do think that you have to allow on the average day, because the thing is too is that I feel it's probably going to go off once per game though, at least.
I think killiness. Okay, so let's see. Ogres we gave a 5. Slaves to Darkness we gave a 5. I think we can probably give Daughters of Cain like a 4.5.
That's what I was actually thinking, because I was going to say, like, if they're like a 4 normally, and then they're the killiest army in the game when they go off, then I was thinking split the difference at 4.5.
Yeah,
but
I think that's reasonable.
Okay,
yeah.
Without
+1 damage and an additional pip of rend from Mindrazor, they're still extremely killy. So yeah. And then as far as tankiness goes, Daughters is in a weird spot where if you look at their war scroll, it's like not inherently tanky. Like that same unit of Witch Elves that I just said, kind of dies to a stiff breed. So like any medium hammer will kill that unit because it's 20 wounds on a 6-up, 6-up.
Right.
Like, not particularly crazy.
No.
Where Daughters get their tankiness from is usually they have like a huge, just like mass of Witch Elves at the moment. So you have like Sisters of Slaughter that are going to be -1 to hit.
Right.
They can be given -1 to wound via the fist or via prayer. They can be given no commands in combat with them. So all of a sudden you're -1 to hit and wound with no commands. And then it's just like,
good grief.
Now you're like in a roundabout way, you're tanky.
Yeah.
But they themselves are not particularly tanky, if that makes sense.
Right.
But they're extremely wound dense is another thing.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I don't know. They feel like a slightly, in terms of tankiness, they seem like they're a little bit better than Skaven, like in the same way as Skaven. You know what I mean? Like they kind of do what Skaven does, but like a little bit better in the tankiness department, where they've got the wound dense and they've got more tools to make themselves more tanky. You know what I mean? More easily. So what do we give Skaven for tankiness?
2. So I think like a 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
For Daughters, like less tanky than average.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Or 2.58, as I've just put there. Oops.
That's very specific.
Yeah. Then as far as like thematicness, they're in kind of a weird spot right now where
they are an index army.
They are an index army for sure. But I mean, there's some index armies that have a pretty decent.
Yep.
I guess all of the ones we've done so far aren't that great. I would say they're not a particularly thematic army, though, in my opinion. Like the rules that they have are like just very. Is the word rote? I don't know what it. Yeah. I'm trying to like. It's just very like.
Well, like the rules haven't really changed since they came out in AoS 1, by the way. Like they just get more killy, faster, etc. as things move along, as they, drink blood or whatever they do in the lore. I think it's kind of a combination of it being a little bit rote, but also a little bit like they haven't like done a rules refresh on them. It's kind of like Idneth, actually. You know what I mean? Where I think they're in desperate need of like a fundamental change. You know what I mean? And I hope they don't do what they did with Idneth, which to me felt like the worst of both worlds, where they were like, we're going to make new stuff, but it's just going to be worse, more complicated. You know what I mean? And like, I want them to go less complicated, more thematic. So, but yeah, I mean, all that to say, I don't know. As an index army, I don't think that they're particularly unthematic, but like maybe a little bit less thematic than they have access to. I mean, like they're a blood cult of psychotic, elves, right? What should that be? Like they're kind of like this female elven version of Khorne almost.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't know. This is just like throwing random stuff out there, but I'd like to see like give and take in rules. So like when you think of like a blood cult or like murder sacrifice sort of thing,
right?
You would see like they're hurting themselves to do something, or they're like
like take some mortal wounds or something, right?
Or like if someone dies near them, then they get buffed up or something like that, or some like seesaw sort of thing of like momentum too.
What if one of your guys let's say like the ogres are attacking the witch elves and they do a bunch of mortal wounds or they kill a bunch of witch elves, they could like take the blood of the fallen, smear it on themselves and get buffed up. You know what I mean? Like those are just some little like ideas based off of our little, kind of thing here. So that's true. This is an index. You know what I mean? Like FEC were kind of lame to me in the index, and now they're like the most thematic book that we have in AoS 4, I would say. So like, yeah, I mean, what, I don't know, 2.5, 2, somewhere in there.
I was gonna say lower, like a 1.5 or a 2, because if you boil down all of Daughters of Cain's rules, it's basically like
move faster as you go
Your main
along.
battle trait is you just get stat buffs later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's pretty lame, actually. You're right.
All of their buffs are just like +1 attack, -1 to hit, -1 to wound, this thing, and then
+1
they have a couple.
wound.
Like it's all just like very.
I think the idea is they're getting more charged up the more murder that's happening, but that's not actually, that's just a round. It's not even actual murder that's happening on the tabletop. So that does take away from it a lot, in my opinion. I don't know, 1.5? What do you think?
I think a 1.5 is fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Ease of play. This I don't know. I have like no opinion on it.
Daughters is one of those armies where it's like, I kind of see it similar to ogres, where it's just like theoretically, you could just walk up the table and just table someone.
Okay.
But you can also get punished for just like pushing your models forward, and if you're not actually maintaining your like buff castle and all your auras and stuff like that, it can be, like it can trick you into making the wrong decisions.
I see.
But I don't think it can trick you as easily as ogres can.
Okay. And what do we give ogres?
2 for ease of play. So I think a 2.5 is probably fair, or maybe a 3. Where it's actually, I think Daughters is like the quintessential
probably average.
Medium.
Yeah. I think 3 is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they're hard. I think they're easier than Gits, but I don't remember what we gave Gits.
We haven't done Gits yet.
Oh, right. We were talking about doing them next time. God dang it! If we keep talking about it, that's probably why. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. They might be even a little bit easier than normal. I'm not sure. But like,
what else did we? I'm just trying to think. We gave Iron Jaws a 2.5.
Oh, interesting.
Which we're basically saying that Daughters is slightly easier than Iron Jaws to play.
I think that's fair, actually.
Part of that, I know there's some bias of just like how good they are right now too.
That's true. That's a good point. What do we give Stormcast? 3?
Stormcast we give a 4.
A 4.
So the Daughters we're saying is a little harder to play.
A little harder to play than Stormcast? I don't know that I think that's true. I mean, probably a little bit, but maybe not quite that much. I'm fine with a 3 or a 3.5, to be honest. I don't.
I think I'm fine keeping it at a 3 because, like,
okay,
I've never felt like looking at my opponent's decision path.
Yeah.
For Daughters of Cain, they have it really like very easily set up so that like, okay, if I get my buffs in my hero phase, I can structure my entire turn around that, and it just go at you. Otherwise,
which is kind of easy, but you have to keep that. You have to be playing with that intention. Exactly. So yeah, I think that's okay. I like 3 then. You convinced me. Tool set.
They have access to a very
extensive tool set. Yeah.
They have out of phase movement. They have ward shut off. They have weapon ability shut off. They have command shut off. They have access to like every possible stat buff.
Yep. They've got like prayers. Attack, they've got spells.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've got teleports. Technically.
Yep. They've got unique tool sets in like just certain things like Marathi, where she's just like something that you cannot kill, which is just like a completely unique sort of situation that you can generate out of certain things. My God, that's a good tool set. Oh, man, they're up there. I don't know. Like they might be a 5.
A 4.5 or a 5. Yeah. I think. Yeah. We gave Skaven a 4.5. We gave Tzeentch a 5.
I think they might be a 5.
I think they're a 5 as well, actually.
Yeah. And by the way, we really appreciate every time we do this the radar charts. people comment about it, and the last time someone commented about how, kind of saying what I was saying, where I think we should go for the gold and not be as afraid to give 1s and 5s as much. And so that was on my mind when we started this again. So I like giving, anytime we can give a 5 or a 1, I think we should, if it's even in the discussion. Yeah. Let's go for the gold, man. That's fair. We've got a nice shaped, sharp peanut, or possibly a banana right now. So just wanted to point that out. Thought that
was important. Change though, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Mobility. Yeah. Right. Oh my God.
Very mobile. So
very good.
Just by default, they're elves. They move 6.
Right.
Then, they start off with +1 to run. They get +1 to charge. You have access to run and charge. You have access to a hero phase move.
Yep.
So theoretically, you could be moving, again, using the witch elves with paired Scienza.
And
you could be moving them.
Teleportation, as you said earlier.
Well, you can't teleport that stuff. Teleport's tied to specific units.
I see. But that is a thing though. That is part of it.
You do factor it in for sure. But let's say if you get everything you want, those witch elves can be moving 20 inches. No, 19 inches in a turn, and
That's
then charge.
Still crazy.
Yeah,
and have pluses to charge, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can do your hero phase move.
Yeah.
And then you do, because your +1 to run rolls, you'd have to roll a 6 to get 19. Otherwise, you just go 18 if you auto run.
I see.
And then you charge.
18 reliably is crazy.
It's not reliable because you have to get a spell and a prayer.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
On the same
unit. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But
fair.
Pretty reasonable to get 12.
Right.
Wow. Or more because you're +1 to run. So
but you also the out of phase movement, or is the out of phase movement, is that tied to a prayer or?
Yes.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Man, but still that's pretty darn mobile, and they're moving fast anyway. Have we done IDK?
We haven't done IDK. We've done ogres, which is a 4. And I think that on foot ogres are on average faster because they just get run and charge, and they can just go 12 inches on average. Whereas you have to get a couple things off with daughters. However, because daughters again has more access to teleports and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they're moving, aren't they moving faster when they actually get the things?
They can, but it's
but it is predicated on chance rolls. So that's a huge deal.
If you get both, they're faster, period.
Right.
If you get one of them, they're just as fast.
Okay.
Or they're slightly slower technically. But
that's
if you get
pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So 4 or 4.5 is kind of where I'm thinking.
My immediate reaction was 4.5, but I hear what you're saying. I think we should, anytime it's based off of random stuff, or dice rolls and buffs, I always think back to when Ironjaw's their index dropped, and everyone's they're the best army in the game, and they were not not even freaking close. And because a lot of that was based off of getting your buffs up and stuff like that, and you can't, when it's not reliable, it's just anything that's random is inherently less competitive. The more random something is, it's just inherently less competitive, or less strong, or whatever, right? So I think 4 is probably where they should be. When you started rattling it off, I was 4.5, 5, geez Louise, right? But yeah, I think you talked me down to a 4.
Yeah, just because to not get the pair off, let's say you need to roll a 1.
Yeah.
Still 16% of the time you're not going that fast. And then to not get the spell
way
off,
higher than that.
even though the spell I think casts on a 5,
yeah,
your opponent still has a chance to unbind it.
Right. That's true. Now, what about the crone though? Can't she re-roll her prayers or something like that?
No, she just gets D3 ritual points in the opponent's turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So still, you could still roll a 1. So the likelihood of you getting both is it's actually, I think, less likely, or more likely than not, you don't get it.
Okay.
Barely though. Like
That's fair.
Both are fairly easy to get off.
Well, and with the lack of like pluses to unbind in the game now, like the only one I can think of now is Croak that has pluses to unbind. So it seems like spells are more reliable. You know, sometimes they feel different, obviously, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I think 4 sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Super fast, but not fast enough. Power projection.
I mean, I know the snakes. I know there's some spells and whatnot, but I don't really think of them as like a super power projection heavy army.
It's not super heavy, but they did get access to the Bloodrack Shrine, the Scourge of Gairan one.
Oh, right.
Shoots real good.
Right.
Like,
yeah, it does.
Real good.
Real good. Huh.
But it's not like...
It's not the whole army, and it's going to go away, and...
It's just like an extra thing that you just kind of get.
Yeah.
I kind of see it as like the Iron Blaster for ogres. It's just like, this thing can ruin your day.
Yeah.
But it's just the one thing.
You probably want one of them, but X, Y, and Z. Yeah. I mean, how are people taking the shooting snakes? No. So they have access to them. What do we give Night Haunt for power? 2. I don't know, maybe 3.
I think 3 is fair.
You know,
it's like it
there.
Has like it exists, but it's not the whole army.
No, it's not like something they do particularly well, but you have access to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like that. I think it's pretty good. Sorry, we were into it. Okay. I know that there was Qual earlier said very few units can reliably hit 20 damage without help. I think he's talking about killing this.
He was talking about like my comment about picking up 20 witch elves with paired
silencer. Oh, I see.
Like, sure.
That's true.
To like clean sweep them.
You don't need
like
to
a dedicated hammer.
Yeah,
exactly. You kill like 10 to 15 of them, and it's still pretty.
What are they going to do? You know.
Yeah.
And then he also said, "How are IDK players feeling about their new book? By the way, I feel like I haven't heard a peep from them since it dropped." Yeah, I think that's how they feel about it, Qual. I think we're going. Yeah, it's kind of lame. You know, like I think it feels worse to play IDK right now than it ever has in the past. But thanks for asking. Actually, that's a good point about power projection. It was about your ability to deal with something that's X distance away, including options that require getting close. Yeah, because it's not just shooting. That's like something that I kind of momentarily forgot myself. There is spells and endless spells, and it's kind of about like ruining someone's day from a distance, as you usually say. Do we factor that in?
Yeah, so a lot of like one of the things you might think of are debuffs that you can apply at a range. So like let's say you have a fight last spell or a -1 to hit spell or something like that. All of the Daughters of Cain debuffs rely on essentially you being in combat with them.
Right.
So
I see.
I would think of as like a power projection being able to ruin like a shooting units in the opposing army's day.
Well, yeah. Like if you're projecting your power, then by virtue of it being projected, it means you're not right next to them.
Yeah.
So
whereas almost all of the debuffs the Daughters of Cain have are melee only. Right.
Yeah.
So because of that, if someone is able to just like sit back and like shoot you constantly or something like that, that's a weakness that Daughters of Cain has. Like it can't really deal with that super well. Like the -1 to hit, -1 to wound doesn't apply. The no commands doesn't apply, no weapon abilities doesn't apply. Like it's all you have to be right next to them. And because of that, I think they don't have the power projection of debuffs. They only have the power projection of like the Bloodrack Shrine, essentially.
Right. Okay. Then I'm pretty okay with it as it sits right now. But those were good comments. You could also Old Crethusa move them. 25-inch and charge is the max. They are both unlimited. The move prayer and the run and charge. That's actually a good point then. That does help take away some of the randomness.
Yeah, but no one's taking Old Crethusa right now.
That's fair.
Like, you're taking the new one for sure because you want to get access to like a ward cut and no commands and no weapon abilities. That's where all that comes from.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Justin says, I'm pretty mad on the IDK book. You and me both, brother. Cool. I mean, let us know what you think in the comment section. Like, the whole point of this, I don't think we said this, but the whole point of this is to give people an idea if they're picking up a new army or they're getting into the game and they want to know play style and what the army does and whatnot. This is it's meant to be like a kind of guide that we're making for people. So yeah, it's not meant to be like, even if you don't quite agree with us on some of the minutia, it's just, again, it's just meant as a guide. So, but I do like hearing what people think. Like, oh, I would have said Daughters of Cain are a little more tanky, or their tool set isn't a 5 for X reason or Y reason. We're not going to change it, mind you, but it's interesting to hear, and like I do take it into consideration when, as I had mentioned earlier, I did read the comment and I did really enjoy what they were saying about going for it. Anyway, should we do one more?
Let's do it.
We said
Gits, I think.
Gits, right.
Rename to Gits.
Gits. Do it.
All right. Gits. Room spot Gits. Killiness.
Okay, let me think. So wolves, not so much, right? Squigs, they're pretty killy, especially if you can get some, if you take them in the right sub-faction and you've got the right moon buffs and stuff. Oh no, that's movement based, isn't it? You just get that on the charge. You just get extra jaw attacks. They're pretty killy. And the trolls are pretty killy too. The rock gut Trogoths.
Yeah, they can be.
They can be.
I think one of the things I think of killiness, like, I think if you're going into a unit of like Putrid Blood Kings,
right,
which is going to be 30 wounds on a 3-up, 5-up,
right,
how much are you going to hurt that unit? And almost everything it gets is like not even going to kill half the unit. Like, I can do some quick math right now.
Part of the problem with Gits too, though, is that like it's kind of the Skaven problem where the book is so effing deep that it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're not trying to kill stuff with, Night Runners in Skaven, for example. There's like a million of examples like that where you're not trying to do it, but they do have access to stuff that is quite killy. It's actually exactly like what we talked about with Skaven, where you were saying like, well, you can buff up rat ogres and they become redonkulous. I would kind of make the same argument about trolls, except they don't even need the buffs. You know what I mean? They're wounding on such an incredible level. They have insanely awesome rend and high damage. You know what I mean? Or with squigs, it's just like mass attacks. Like, I think they're definitely killier than Skaven on average. When we're talking about hammers, because like rat ogres, they kind of need the faction, or they need prayers, and they need other stuff. Whereas like you just send in rock guts into like any unit, and they're gonna kill stuff, right? Like, they're pretty killy.
So I just did the math.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Okay, so the situation is you have a full unit of squigs.
Okay.
That has crit mortals.
Okay.
That's in Squigalanche, so it's 81 attacks on crit mortals.
Dang it. Okay.
When they go into Putrid Blight Kings who all out defense,
yeah,
what do you think they're going to do damage-wise? How many do you think they're going to kill?
Let me think.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, and or how many wounds do I think they're going to do?
Or how much? Yeah, how many wounds do you think they're going to do? How many Blight Kings do you think they'll kill? Yeah.
I'm going to say 20 wounds. No? Less?
Less.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
81 attacks goes down by half because we're not doing all-out attack, correct?
No, you are. That is with an all-out attack.
But what?
It's like, yeah. I can just tell you the average damage in that situation where the squigs have all of their buffs.
Yeah.
And all-out attack.
Okay.
And the Blight King's simply all-out defense.
Yeah.
You're killing 5 of them. Half the unit. 15 damage.
But you're getting an average of like 13 mortal wounds, right?
Yes. Yep. But then Ren 1, damage 1.
But Blight Kings are like the hardest thing to kill in the game, or one of them, right?
I know. I'm aware, but I'm saying like you're fully buffed. Like Squigs is like probably one of the hardest hitting things in Gits.
Yeah.
And in their best case,
right,
they're killing half a unit
on
of
average.
Kings.
Yeah.
On average. Yeah.
I see.
That's if they can get into combat unscathed and there's no debuffs and
right.
they're full strength. Yeah, like there's a lot of things that need to go right. And then as far as like the rock guts go, like they're swingy.
Yeah.
But it's 12 attacks on 4s and 2s, right? Like
yeah,
you're not getting a whole lot through.
Let's give them +1 attack, or you're saying you don't want to because like part of the whole deal is that
you want them to tank.
Yeah, okay, exactly. But like let's give them all out attack because they're not like maybe they're not needed as a tank. Like I want to activate Troll Hammer, right?
Okay.
So what are we getting there?
You kill 2. You do 6 damage.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like
what
gets it's not as much as
3-up save.
Yeah.
Right.
All up defense to a 2-up goes back to a 4-up with Ren 2, 3 damage each. 12 attacks goes to 9 going through. Right? Crazy. 2/3 of them. Okay. Or no, sorry. 8 going through, 2/3 of them.
Okay.
And then 1 or 2 drop. And then half of them get saved. Multiplied by 3, and then a 5-up ward.
How much does a pack of rat ogres do?
With like everything on them?
With all out attack.
Yeah.
And plus
2 attacks.
Plus 2 attacks, we'll give them that.
So 7 attacks each.
Yeah.
All out attack, Ren 2, because you can just give that to them.
You mean
right?
With a prayer?
Yep. No, with the enhancement.
Oh, I see. Sure.
Yeah.
That's an artifact. I mean, we're not. We haven't been including artifacts.
No, I'm saying in their like best case.
I see. Completely maxed out. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, because Squigs are doing way less than that without crit mortals, right?
They're doing way less than
15 damage without crit mortals, because 13 of those were mortals.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So rat ogres, let's say you're all on attack, +1 to wound, that sort of stuff. You're on 3s and 2s. Ren 2. Yeah. It's a little more than Squigs.
It's a little more than Squigs. And that is a perfect day. That's assuming you're getting literally everything that you need. And and you didn't take any damage earlier so that you're not losing a guy when you're going into combat.
Yeah.
If you take even 1 mortal wound, etc., like we've been through this whole thing before. So they're doing a little more, but like I don't know, but then like through the context of rat ogres, I still think that they're doing pretty good. Like I still think that they have access to very killy things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like the question is like we always come back to like, what are they taking in an average army? Do they have access to something killy, and how much of their army is just killy no matter what? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like spiders are kind of killy, like not great. Well, they've got access to crit mortals out the gate, and there's ways of buffing them and making them do more mortals. like they're not great. Trust me. Like they need a lot of help to make it into the good category. They've got other things going for them, but let's say you wanted to take like a mobile army with spiders, they're somewhat killy. I don't know, like what's the least killy thing in the game, or the least killy thing in the army is like probably goblins, regular goblins, and they're not terribad. Like they're I don't know. I think
I'm not arguing that Gitz is like below average killiness.
Yeah, that's kind of all I'm saying is like I think that they're a little bit above average.
I was going to argue that they are exactly average.
Interesting.
Like, they are like mid, to use a Zoomer term, I guess. Like when it's
how dare you use a Zoomer term?
They can struggle to deal damage.
Okay, Ludivicus, I need your honest opinion. Ludivicus is like, he will complain when it's necessary, but I actually do trust him to give like honest answers because, okay, Ludivicus, we're trying to talk people into this army. So what do you rate it? I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to go to one person in the chat. Ludivicus has been here. He's been there since the beginning. I want to hear what he says. Let's move on to tankiness. Oh, okay. I didn't click over to Glimpse by Gitz. We're still looking at daughters, and no one told me. Oh. How dare you all?
I think Gitz can be tanky. Like, you think of rock guts.
Rock guts are crazy hard to kill, right?
They are pretty hard to kill. Yeah.
Now,
but they lose a grind.
And they're not as good as they were either.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
like,
I think
we tend to think about them like they're still in last edition or in the index even. But
yeah, I would probably give them like a little bit tankier than average.
I think so, because even if you just look at like what is it, Snufflers, can't they still just hand out a 5-up ward?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, that's literally that one unit in the entire book. But if you look at Squigs, they're dead. If you look at Pounders, they're dead. If you look at any Gitz hero, it's dead.
Yeah.
Like, literally everything in the book except for Trogs.
Except for Trogs, yeah.
It's going to die to, like, a fart. Like, it's...
And they do have their regeneration after they smack a bitch, too.
That's tool set, though, I would say. Like, it's...
A little bit. But no, I when they're healing, like, right after they fight... That there's a little bit of tankiness involved in that. I agree it is a tool set thing as well, but there's a few things that are kind of hybrid-y. You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're definitely above average, but I'm not saying that they're that far above. I agree. There's too much of the army, but they also do have a lot of access to like -1 to hit, bodies.
That's tool set still though. Like it's...
But it wasn't for daughters. Daughters
was. We gave daughters less than average 2.5.
Oh, that's true. But then you talked about bodies and like whatnot for tankiness.
Bodies make sense. 100%. I'll respect wound density, ward.
Yeah.
Your
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That sort of stuff. Yeah.
And if fair, if tool set, we can take out tool set. So like, but even just density, right?
I would argue that Gitz is both a 3 for killiness and tankiness.
Okay.
That's my opinion, but I do want to hear from the chat as well, because it seems like we don't.
You're probably right, because like they've got trolls on one end and they've got crappy squigs on the other end, so meet in the middle. Yeah, fair enough. I think
like squigs might accidentally die to clan rats.
I don't think so.
You might lose a significant amount.
You might lose a significant amount. Yeah, I mean, like
you won't lose the whole thing, but you'll lose your critical
mass. So swingy. They're so sick though. What did he say? Squigs are companions to boot, so can't get Gobapalooza Rend or anything of the sort. Because while you have killer units, looking at it overall, it's above average, but not by much. Okay. So are you saying 3.5, Ludivicus? I need a number.
Give us a number.
Give me a number. And I'm going to wait.
3.5 killy, 3 tanky.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. This one, honestly, I'm struggling more with Gitz than any army we've done so far because
it's because they have a huge breadth of different things.
That's the thing. Yeah. So it's like if you on average take them, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you take an average army. What is the average army for Gitz? Like there is no such thing. You know what I mean? Like you could take all of the new wolf units, which are insanely fast, incredibly fast, lots of movement shenanigans. But then, or you could take all trolls, and they're like extremely slow. So you have to go back to the average, but like it's just way more difficult the more dense the book is. 3.5, he says, killing us. See, I knew I could rely on him to be true to it.
Fair enough. Thematicness.
I don't know. The issue is, and people need to remember, I'm a fan of this army. Our very first Path to Glory thing that we did on the channel was my Gits versus your Ogres. This is before you were into tournaments or anything. I don't enjoy the new moon mechanic, personally. I like that it's over the whole battlefield, so you're not trying to figure out like the quarters of the battlefield. But I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's annoying. So it could be. Now that's just me. You know what I mean? So I don't know how fair I'm being essentially to it. Like some of it does feel thematic. I feel like the wolf stuff is more thematic, even though like giant wolves, you know what I mean? Like regular wolves are so incredibly scary that people don't even understand. And then you got these giant freaking wolves in AoS. They should be terrifying. They should have at least one rend. But like, that's not really the point. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think?
I think Gits is in kind of a weird spot where it just feels like 3 different books crammed into one sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that the Git
Sometimes
mob stuff
more.
is quite thematic.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like all the movement shenanigans stuff they get. The rules that they have are really cool.
Totally.
Drogs is really awesome.
Yep.
The Trog stuff is pretty neat.
Yep.
The Squig stuff is pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Squig is like, it's just kind of fun, I guess.
Right.
They're just like random and they recur and stuff like that. I think the weakest part of the book thematic wise is actually Moon Clan. Like the standard grot.
Yeah, they're pretty lame. That's
yeah.
True. Yeah.
But I think like it's weird. I'm trying not to conflate what the models are thematic wise versus what the actual play style is like thematic wise.
Right.
Model wise, they've knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah. Insane. Yeah. Like honestly, the Mangler Squigs are one of the most technically amazing models they've ever made, full stop. There's so much movement. It's basic. It's perfect. It should have been on the top 10 list, to be honest. It's truly a standout thing that they made there.
Yeah.
Having said that,
I hate to keep doing this, but I kind of want to give it a 3. Like,
yeah.
I kind of want to just, because there are parts of it that I like and parts of it that are like kind of bad, and overall it's like fine, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just very average.
Ludovika says it's a jobber faction in the lore, and the battle trait is poor. Below average thematic, sadly. Unless you read the novels, then you could maybe argue. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but story-wise and thematics, very open to debate. I think I agree. I would say 2.5 actually.
Okay, we can do a 2.5.
Like, it's like one of those things where it's kind of like, I would almost argue that they're sort of like daughters, where it's like, sure, like the daughters, like them getting stronger matches up with the lore, but it's like, imagine what they could have done if they'd just been a little bit more creative. You know what I mean? And I think they're worried about making them too strong because they were sort of the boogeyman for a lot of 3rd edition. But like, once they got their book. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm okay with that. What about you? What do you think?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ease of play.
This I'm not sure.
In its current standpoint, I think Gits is like kind of a control army, and by nature, control armies are not as easy to play.
That's true.
It requires like a decent amount of restraint, and if you treat a control army like I'm going to walk across the table and slap you, you're just going to die.
Right. And though they do have access to trolls and like different things where you can kind of play that style, we have to go back to the average. And on average, they're going to be more difficult to play than average, for sure.
Yeah, so I would probably give them a 2.
That's what I was thinking. 2 or 2.5. I was trying to kind of. I think 2 is probably better.
Yeah, I think they're a good. We just gave daughters a 3. I think they're a solid step harder than daughters to play.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think a 2 is fair.
We were kind of arguing that maybe daughters could be a little higher than a perfectly average of 3. But yeah, no, I mean 2 is what I was thinking. So 2, I was like
harder, not the hardest.
Not the hard, not even close. Yeah, for sure. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tool set. They have access to a good tool set. They have recursion.
Yep.
They have, crit mortals for some units. They have rend that they can hand out. They have move bonuses. They have their whole battle trait.
Yep.
It could be like rend reduction, control score.
Yep.
Git mob itself is just a really good tool set. I know I'm kind of trying to ignore Sunsteel Wheelers, but even outside of the context of them, like
even outside,
your wolves getting, what's it called? Your wolves like strike first or move into your opponent's turn, like
right. And
there's quite a lot of stuff there.
As you said earlier, I said regeneration. You said that's more tool set. Like,
yep,
that's in there too. I think you said crit mortals, but I can't remember.
Yep.
Yeah,
you actually have command shut off with Gobapalooza too.
Right, that's true. A lot of -1 to hit. And I think did you talk about OC stuff?
Yep.
Yeah,
Moon Clan get that as well.
Like, wow. Like
it's a pretty expensive
almost too
tool
much.
set.
It's almost too much.
Yeah.
That's got to be their best thing. 4.5.
I think a 4.5 is right. Yeah.
I don't want to always make you go first.
No, that's okay.
And be the I think technically, guy or whatever.
Yeah.
My stupid opinion is.
That sounds a lot like me.
Was there an echo? Yeah. Mobility. Meat. That's what you sound like.
They're pretty fast on average. Like even Trogs move 6. Like probably
they?
Yeah.
Wow,
don't they? Or is it 5?
I thought they were 5, but
I seem to remember
they are
6.
Tall, so
rock gut 6.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So they move 6. You have access to.
I was playing them in the old world, and they're like wicked slow. So yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
You still have a teleport in Gits as well. You do, right?
The spell.
Yeah.
It's the crappiest version of that spell, but then again, I mean, but at least at least with Skitterly, traditionally it's always only been on, the hero casting it, and then later on it was a hero. So even if it's not on, even if it is a crappy version, at least it is a, what do you call it? It's on a unit. So that's good automatically. Less limiting to what you can cast it on. Yeah, they're pretty mobile, even outside of wolves. This is hard. I'm trying to decide between 3.5 and 4.
I wanted to argue 3.5 just because I don't think there is as fast as the other armies that we've given 4s.
That's
ogres and daughters.
That's a great point. Are those the only ones we've given 4s?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, and really? Stormcast actually, because it's got
there's so many teleports and other stuff to ride the winds of Etheric.
It almost makes me want to go back and bump ogres and up to a 4.5, but maybe not. But I think 3.5 faster than average makes sense.
Yeah,
they don't have anything like lightning fast that will just zip it. I mean, sorry, they have the Sunsteel Wheelers, but that's literally one thing.
Oh, and Nighthaunt was 4.5.
Nighthaunt's mobility came from the ability to retreat and charge, teleport.
Right.
Everything moves 8.
Same with Titsnitch. A lot of that kind of thing. But they are moving faster than a lot of stuff.
4 maybe. You might be right. 4 is.
Honestly, I'm really struggling. Like I really couldn't figure out. Yeah. I think 3.5 feels bad on some level to me. It doesn't match how I feel about them, but this isn't about my fifis. So Age of Canucks says this radar will show what we already know, gets average at everything except for tool set. I think they're quite good at that. Power projection is not great, but there is,
Yeah, you've got your Doom Diver catapult. You've got command shut off. You have what else?
There is like some other stuff, like even in Gobapalooza, like isn't the -1 to hit like a projection thing now too?
I don't know.
I can't. It was last edition, but what does that even mean? What else is there? Rock guts throw a little bit. You've got
there's no -1 to hit.
Okay.
Anymore.
Okay. So then, but there's also like there is like the little shooty goblins. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it exists, right?
Yeah. Shooters are. Yeah. Some people use them.
Yeah, and there's shooting from the spiders too. Some javelin action. And there's the Flinga, which is kind of an interesting power projection too. It's like a mobile, very fast, very far shooting debuff unit. I don't know. What do we give Night Haunt? Power projection 2.
Yeah.
And Night Haunt's like pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're like. Actually, I think they're average. They might be average. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. I hate to say it. I hate to Age of Canucks make him like right in this particular thing. Tons of new movement, shenanigans, spore splatters. Oh, that's true too. Wheelas. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I think we got it right though. Ladificus, I really want to know what you think. I mean, other people in the chat, obviously especially if you play Gits, let us know. But let us know what you think, Ladificus. Would you change anything here? I want to make sure we get this right, so that we can at least say we came out with one very, like Gits are to Ladificus like Skaven are to me, and like Ogres are to you. You know what I mean? They're his one true love faction. So if we can get his stamp of approval, then I think we're on the right track here. But and let us know in the comments section below later. One of these days,
please do.
Yeah, I'm gonna make like a big poster, of all these things.
But we'll have to update every time something gets a new book.
But it should be easy. Once I make the initial poster, I could just, slap it back on in the right section. But yeah, once they get a new book and then once things settle down, for sure. But
yeah, like we still haven't done Feck yet. I think Feck needs to get through the Winter Battle Scroll.
Yeah.
And KO as well. I think to get through, both of them need to get through the Winter Battle Scroll for us to really see where they're at.
Right.
But yeah.
We're expecting that, mid-December-ish?
So, I mean, you can kind of deduce that if they're going to release one in December, it's not going to be, like if you just look at December and it's on a Wednesday, it's not going to be Christmas Eve. It's not going to be New Year's Eve. So it's either going to be the 17th, the 10th, or the 3rd. Right. And I think that they're probably going to try and push it as late in the month as they possibly can because the September Battle Scroll was on the 20-something.
Right. So 17th.
So it's probably the 17th.
I see. I just wanted to make sure that we were expecting December and not January, because in the past things have been wacky, but they've been pretty good. I couldn't remember, like, did the last one come in mid-September-ish, or like I just don't even remember now.
It was September 24th.
Oh, okay. I think. Okay. Yep. Then so we'll definitely expect it in December then, but October, November, Okay. I think you got to pretty much the right spot in the end. Thumbs up from him. That's all I needed to hear. Anyone else that disapproves can go to hell.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Yeah, or Shaiish, or the Realm of Chaos. Yeah. But the Skaven like dimension, that's too good for you. Yeah.
You're not worthy.
You're not worthy. No. You think you can make it there? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
No.
You're too big.
You're too big. Your teeth are too small. Yeah.
Yep.
You're not crafty enough. You're not willing to do what it takes.
Won't go the extra mile.
Yeah. Stab a guy in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very disappointing.
Kill your parents.
Eat them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a given.
Exactly. Yeah. Risk life and limb on the invention that you know your God shows you to make.
What if I don't want to go to hell? Well, too bad. You're already there.
Yep.
Welcome to our show. Yeah. This show's just what plays in purgatory. It's just doughy white guys talking about their opinions on battle armies. Well, I think it's a 3.5 instead of a 3.
That's what we get for trying to help people pick an army. I mean, that doesn't sound that bad to me. Better than
sounds great. Yeah.
Better than some demon trying to shove a pineapple up my ass or whatever. People have talked about it. Oh, that's from Little Nicky. Actually, I just realized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day, fresh pineapple. Yep.
Tries to pick the small one. He's like,
oh, damn it. Dan, I wish you'd come in earlier. I totally got messed up. Dan's Odd Void, he's got a new campaign coming out. It's not Heretic Hunt. It's like its own original thing. It sounds, I was talking to him during the Christmas party or whatever, and it sounds even better. The first show, Heretic Hunt, was my favorite. Like it for me, it just completely destroys Critical Role and all those other shows. It's so good, but then the new one sounds even better. It sounds even wackier, which is right up their alley. It comes out on December 2nd, Dan. I think that's right. He told me earlier, and I meant to make
2
a
weeks
note.
from now.
Yeah, it's like it was around that. It's early December, unless it's like mid-December. But it was December. I'm almost positive. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. Make sure you go on there and subscribe to his channel and like the previous videos, because that way you're more likely, and same thing with us, by the way. Yeah, you should probably subscribe to our channel as well, and also like our, the videos if you like it. And then that way you're more likely to get shown the new ones. December 2nd is correct. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Asri says meat. I agree.
Meat.
Definitely meat.
Yep.
I'll go back to that old picture or new picture. The new potato cam. Oh, that's so much nicer without the shining bright white screen. Can I make this dark themed? I probably can, right?
The background?
Yeah, like for sheets.
Oh, yeah.
There must be a dark mode, right? I'll
Yeah.
figure it out later.
At some point.
Oh, view. Let's figure this out. No, let's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the best TV, but
Yeah.
Oh, you sent me something right now?
I did, yeah. I just wanted to
Is that to show
another?
screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
if
okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, I'll allow it this time, Carbson. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I don't think we've done this yet.
I don't think we have either. So I was just like, in the spirit
crazy.
of shouting things out, which is probably a good idea if we do that. So this year, are you showing it on screen right now?
Maybe. Can the red complexion of my face?
I don't know. Maybe your blood is particularly visible today, but
It kind of is, yeah.
So this year, Team Canada is doing like a different kind of fundraiser where we've gotten a whole bunch of dice, very much so thanks to the help of Rob.
Hey.
Rob, Saga Dice is actually going to be a bronze sponsor of Team Canada this year, so heck yeah. Yeah, going to be on the jersey. That'll be fun. Um, these dice, we kind of have this community thing going on where we have a Ko-fi. It's kind of similar to what we did with the Stream PC, where if you donate 25 Canadian dollars or more, we will find a way to get you 10 of these sorry dice. These are going to be the Team Canada dice that Team Canada will be using in Pescara, Italy in 2026 Worlds. And so we figured it's a cool opportunity to like have other people have the dice in Canada and raise funds for the team. So our goal is like raising $2,000 for the whole team's tickets for the event. And we're already 91% of the way there, which is awesome.
Crazy. Amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested, feel free to support. We really appreciate it. But if not, that's fine too. So I just wanted to shout that out. And if you're not in the Team Canada Discord as well, that's a thing.
That's true.
Go join that.
Also,
but yeah.
Also, you're not shipping them, correct? Just to be clear.
Yeah, we're not going to ship them as much as we possibly can, just because we're aiming to slowly kind of just give them to people who know people. We will hopefully have them by masters, like NA masters, which is going to be kind of like an anchor point where we can give your dice to someone like, let's say you're from Texas or you're from like the Northeast or something.
Right.
I can give your dice to someone on that team and they can kind of bring it back to you at the next event that they see you at. So that's the distribution.
Make shipping to the States quite difficult right now. I haven't like, because I'm not doing, what do you call it? I'm not into fraud and that kind of thing. Like I'm just processing them like I should be. Because they are technically a gift, we might be able to do something with that. I don't really know how that'll work, but anyway, yeah, you can. But yeah, I just wanted to be clear, and thank you to everyone, who has sponsored and put into it. It's awesome. It's very generous, and yeah, they're gonna look great. This is like a mock-up that Carson made. It looks really good though. Yeah. You just took the old Team Canada dice, right? And
yeah, I took the old Team Canada dice, and then you do like the art history brush tool to like make the face of the die just blank, and then I just like photoshopped on the logo to that. So
that's cool. Yeah, it'll look great. So, and it's also kind of fun to be like, sorry,
Yeah, yeah. The sorry are on the sixes, which is a very Canadian thing to do. Like, oops, my bad. Yeah.
Usually it's a little more sincere than that, but yeah.
We're leaning into as much Canadian stuff for our like apparel as we can this year. So we've got the sorry dice.
Yeah.
We have denim vests that we've got that'll have the Team Canada logo on the back. Yeah.
God dang it.
And then our jerseys are going to be.
I thought they were going to be like man shirts, like red plaid man shirts, but full on vests. Eh? I like that.
That'd be fun. As we says, I hath made my donation, but none of it can go to Dennis. Give his portion to Jake. I can make that happen. I can make that happen. Yeah.
Just move things around a bit.
Yeah. For some reason, Devin, your stipend is lower, but Jake's is higher. So I don't know how that happened, but
yeah,
that's how it is.
I mean, I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah.
I mean, you give me money, I'll do whatever you want me to. Yeah.
That. Okay, here's like $20. You know that guy behind the 7-Eleven near your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you to take him into the back alley. You said you do whatever I want, Carson.
Oh no.
You all heard it right here. He said it. I've got witnesses.
Flip it.
I've got proof. Zip it. I mean, zip it is maybe what you say to him, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see
after?
We haven't finalized the jerseys whatsoever.
Okay.
But there's one that I'm kind of like modeling it after.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Y'all want to see it?
It'll be the kind of vibe that we're going for.
Age of Canucks says, "Are you going to sell replica jerseys?" That's not a bad idea.
We might. It's difficult because we have to place like one gigantic bulk order. I guess we could.
That's true. You could like
TBD.
yeah, right.
We might be able to get a decent price. We already have a really good price to for our jerseys as is. So
Those
maybe
cool. I'm assuming it's like a hockey jersey like material.
This we're gonna do like soccer jersey short sleeves.
Oh, okay.
But we want to keep the same vibe with like the denim vests, just like leaning into the Canadian thing as much as possible. But cool. I really like that kind of vintage look of like the cream stripes and the
like a Russia versus Canada 72 series kind of style. Yeah, feel to it. I like it. Yeah, that's cool.
Rocking up with these, our sorry dice.
Hell yeah.
Our passive aggressive dispositions. It's going to be great.
You're going to sound like everyone's going to sound like they're from Nova Scotia or Newfoundland or something for some reason. Yeah,
absolutely.
I like it. I mean, that's fair. But that's awesome. Hopefully, more come in. We'll have to try to remember to keep talking about it. Maybe not at the end of the show next time. We can try and do stuff at the start.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'll try and remember this, and you help me remember to shout out Dan's Odd Void thing, and we'll try and do it at the start next week.
Deal.
Cool.
Deal.
So I like those too. I would definitely love to. Yeah, I'd love to get me one of them.
Yeah, maybe that's something we can explore.
It's good for it'd be good for just going on vacation even. Just I may be a foreigner and I may be kind of an idiot, but I'm from one of those like relatively, easygoing countries that is relatively inoffensive, like Switzerland or Canada, Yeah. I like it.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, there wasn't a huge amount to talk about, but I think we waffled on through and extended it, and hopefully people got some painting done and whatnot. Next week, I think, is just a regular podcast. Let us know if you guys want to see more battle reports and what you kind of want to see. We'll try and make it happen. Things have just been kind of busy for both me and Carson, and Kenrick's not even in the friggin' country right now. So we'll try and make it happen though. And thanks everyone for hanging out. Anything before we go, Carson?
Nope, nothing from me. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.